I am myself a jazz musician, but I also taught at a university in South Africa, at the University of KwaZulu-Natal in Durban, for over 20 years. And I started the first jazz course in South Africa in 1983. There I encountered musicians, and I do mean musicians, not just people who wanted to be musicians, with great musical capability who hadn't encountered a formal system before. And there had to be a way of bridging these students into some kind of systematic knowledge of how chord progressions work, that sort of thing. And the traditional way of doing it is a long, torturous route that we simply didn't have time for. And I suspect that many of you in this audience don't feel that you have time for it either. You want to learn a little bit of terminology and a lot of application, a lot of things that you can put into practice. We have to establish a language that enables us to talk about modulation, about the chord we want. We want an A minor chord. What kind of A minor chord? An A minor seventh. We do need a technical vocabulary, but it doesn't have to be hard won through going through many stages of theory. We could just start using it. And this is really what I did in South Africa. I found that as soon as we had a common language, that we could do things at a very high level, very fast, rather than waiting for people to get to third year of university in order to qualify to do a modulation or something. The academic route presupposes that chords come from a flow of 4 independent voices that somehow join and form chords. That may have had some historical truth to it, but you don't need to know that, and that's not how you experience music. There really is very little point in learning species counterpoint if you want to be a practicing musician today. It's like saying, and the rationale that's usually given is that, well, the discipline is good for you. Well, of course it is, but it's like telling an architecture student that they have to take a course on doing Sudoku because the discipline is good for them. It involves spatial awareness and manipulating numbers. Well, it's a long way from architecture.